Even in her worst nightmares, Erica Hernandez couldn't have imagined her life would turn out like this.
I feel very lonely. I miss my daughters. I miss my home, my husband.
For the past year and a half, Erica has been living in a shelter on the Mexican side of the border with her youngest daughter. Her two older girls are more than 250 miles away with her grandmother in Arizona. She has no idea where her husband is, and at this point doesn't even know if he's alive. Born in Mexico, she was smuggled into the U.S. illegally as a child. She grew up in Phoenix, where she started a family, until her husband, who was also undocumented, was deported back to Mexico. Erica, who asked us not to use her real name, made the difficult decision to follow him.
I said I have to be with the father of my daughters. I don't want him to be without him.
For a few years, life in Mexico was looking up. They bought a ranch and had a third daughter, Ariadna. Then, one night, she got a panicked call from her husband saying he'd been kidnapped by the local cartel.
He said, "They're gonna hurt you. I know they are gonna hurt you because I don't have no money."
She immediately sent her two oldest daughters, both U.S. citizens, back to Arizona to live with her mother, then left everything behind and headed north with her baby to Mexicali, a sweltering town on the Mexican side of the border with shelters for deported migrants.
Ay, bebé.
Altagracia Tomayo Madueño runs the Cobina shelter. Most of her residents, she said, are fleeing violence. There are 30 families here, all desperately trying to find a way to cross into the U.S. The children, she says, suffer the most. Erica has been sharing this room with another family. Ariadna, now 2 years old, has known little else outside these pink walls.
And what do you tell her about this place?
I'm pretty sure she thinks that this is a home, that all the people that are here are her family. And they are.
Erica is now seeking asylum in the U.S. But for others here, that may not be an option. Luis came here from Honduras with his wife and two small children. The trek to the border took 2 years, mostly by bus, and when the money ran out, by foot. He says he may cross illegally if he can't get asylum. He came here, he said, to escape the kidnapping in his own country, where criminal gangs routinely demand extortion money. His dream is to be able to provide the basics for his family. In Honduras, he said, he was lucky to make $12 a day. In America, he could make that in 1 hour. I asked him if he's afraid of getting caught as he crosses with his children. Yes, he tells me, but that's the only way I can have a life, and maybe even a little house someday. But entering the U.S. illegally can be extremely dangerous. 76 migrants died trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border during the first 3 months of 2021. In March, an SUV packed with 25 undocumented immigrants crashed into a big rig near the town of Holtville on the U.S. side of the border. 13 people were killed. Erica is determined to cross legally. The hardest part, she said, is knowing that her daughters are growing up without her.
We are good people. We just want to feel safe and free.
Living life in limbo, while holding on to the hope that one day soon she'll be holding all her children.